Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I know it's been probably somewhere around 2 years or so since I've last did a video. But I was just out in the forest and it is so quiet, so peaceful, there's nobody else around. And it is the first sunny day that we've had in about a year. If you live in England, you'll know that it has rained for about a year now, maybe more. We had absolutely no summer last year. It was just rain, rain, rain. So, although it is extremely muddy, I'm trying to keep as well I can to the pathways. And I just thought that I'd say hello. So here is my dog. Hey you. Good girl. Good girl. Here you go. Good girl. I thought I would tell you the story of my other dog, the new addition to the family. She's off running around somewhere. She will come back eventually. But she's still very young. It's all very exciting. I could call her back, but I'd have to shout quite loud, so I don't want to do that. So the story is that on 21st of December 2023. Oh, here she is. You might just see her. Did you just see that little pocket rocket? Here she comes. Good girl. Well done, good girl. Yeah, so we were out. I was out with my dog and we went back to the car park. And this little one just wandered up to me. And she didn't have any collar or harness or anything. There was nobody around. We were the only car in the car park. So I waited for a little while and just sort of had a look around and tried to see if anybody was going to come and find her, but nobody did. So we took her to the vet. She's not chipped. The vet said that they thought she was probably about 6 to 9 months old, probably been abandoned. So we went through all the protocol that you have to go through. We put all the posts out on Facebook, and I let the dog warden know, which is what you have to do in England if you find a dog. And I think because it was over Christmas, they basically just forgot about us. So got Christmas and New Year out of the way, and then I chased them up, and I was just like, well, look, obviously nobody's come for this little dog. What, can we have her, or what? And they said, yeah, the time for her to be claimed had expired, so she was officially ours, which was great. It was rather stressful when she first joined us because she is still a puppy. So it was basically a good 3 to 4 weeks of intensive training. I didn't even go out for 4 weeks. Hello. Yeah, I didn't even go anywhere for 4 weeks. It was quite hard, actually. But, we got a toilet trained and we taught her her name, got the recall going. She's pretty good on the recall now. I think she comes back about 8 times out of 10, which is pretty good, and we're still working on it to get it up to 10 out of 10. and yeah, you know, taught her to sit and taught her to go in her crate. She's hey yo, hey girlie, okay, good girl. Yeah, so she probably was living on the street for a while. So she's very much like a scrounger. She will act as if she's never going to be fed ever again, which is very understandable. She probably just had to eat wherever she could, whenever she could, because she never knew where her next meal was coming from. She has gotten better since we've had her, so where are we now? December, January, February, so we've had her like 2.5 months now. And hey, you having fun? Yeah, she's definitely getting better. She's learning that with us food is abundant and she doesn't need to worry too much, but I'm sure there's some terrier in her, so you know, she's always just going to eat absolutely anything. Unlike our other dog, who was very, very self-regulating when it comes to food and would just kind of graze all day. Well, she's had to learn that she can't do that anymore because her food will disappear into the other one's belly. Oh, we've just come across a very, very flooded bit here with a little stream, which I don't think is meant to be a stream, it's just that's how much rain we've had. So I'm going to turn around. Don't want to go through that, even though I've got my wellies on. I have actually forgotten what I was saying now. I just had to pause to call the dogs back because I turned around. Oh yeah, I was talking about the little stream, wasn't I? But I know I was talking about the eating before that. Yeah, so anyway, she's gotten better with her eating, but she still has to go in her crate when we do meals because she just inhales her food. And once she's finished hers, she'll start on the other lot. So, but yeah, no, she's doing really, really well. She's doing really well. She's chipped now and registered to us, and she's insured, and everybody said, oh, you know, she really landed on her feet when she found you. And to be honest, we were after another dog, but I wasn't in a rush. I wanted to kind of wait for the right dog to come along. And although it was difficult at first, you know, she's getting on really well and we're doing all right. So having 2 dogs, first time I've ever had 2 dogs, I really like it. They entertain each other, which takes some of the heat off me. Because my other dog, you know, when she would get bored, sometimes during the day, because I can't entertain her all the time, she'd look to me to be her entertainment, and sometimes, you know, sometimes you just don't feel like it. You don't feel like playing, but now she's got another dog. And they had some fights. Hello, look at you all dirty. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they had some fights at the beginning. That was really hard because the last thing I wanted was for our original dog here to feel left out or pushed out, because she's 6, so she's been the only dog for quite a while. But yeah, there was nothing really bad about the fights. There was no bleeding, you know, no injuries or anything. It was just a load of noise, and they're just setting their boundaries and it's so cute. Yeah, and just showing each other what they're willing to put up with, really. And they get on quite well now. The only time they have little scuffles is if there's a treat around. But just like siblings do, I suppose. They don't get on all the time, but no, they do. They get on like 95% of the time, which is great. So, although I didn't really ever want a puppy, I did want a small dog. And the reason I wanted a small dog is because I don't want to pick up really big poops. So, I just think it would, it's not a very pleasant thing to have to pick up your dog's poop. And if it's the size of your head, which my friend's got, like a 35 kilo Labrador, they're pretty big poops. And I just don't want to be doing that. So I wanted a small dog. Preferably I wanted a dog that didn't molt. She does, but because she's so small, you can barely really notice it. So that's good. I didn't want a dog that was too high energy. Basically because we're not a massively high energy household. We go out for one walk a day. And, I'm autistic, and I didn't really want to have to get up at 6 a.m. to take a dog out for a walk and then have to go out again at lunchtime and then again in the evening. And although this little dog is high energy when she's out, do you know what? If we didn't go out, which we do go out every day. But if we didn't, she wouldn't mind. She'd absolutely be fine, curled up on my lap. Hello? You having fun time? Yeah? What do you mean, no? Good girl. So she has fitted in quite well. She doesn't mind that we just go for one walk a day. I mean, as the nicer weather gets here, the one walk a day does, it's a pretty hefty walk, like this one is going to be. But I'm just hoping for a good summer this year. We had such two contrasting years. So where are we now? So 2022 was so hot and dry that everything went brown. All the grass died off, everything went brown. It was so hot, and that is unusual for England. We don't normally have everything go brown, in England. If you know anything about England, it's usually described as quite green. So that was unusual. Anyway, so it was mega hot. And then last year, it just rained all the time. I mean, there were a couple of warm days, but it was just complete contrast to the year before. So I really have no idea what to expect this year, but somewhere in the middle would be nice. It doesn't... Hello. Good girl. Oh, she's gone again. She does, it doesn't necessarily have to be as hot as 2022, but some semblance of summer would be lovely. Look at me being so British and just chatting about the weather. Wow, look at this. Mega. Oh, all those branches have fallen off this tree. that's the story of this little pocket rocket that's running towards us, I think. You might be able to see some movement over there. There she is. She does blend in quite well to all the fallen leaves because she's a golden colour. Hello. Good girl. Here you go. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. I'm not gonna say that I'm back, but I'm not gonna say I'm not. I am still awaiting, 2 years later, I'm still awaiting an ADHD assessment. So at the moment I'm just self-diagnosed, I've been referred, been waiting. The waiting lists in the UK are just ridiculous. And once I've had the assessment, I'm hoping to consider the medication route, in which case I will hopefully be able to concentrate a bit better. Yeah, so hoping to consider medication, which will help me focus, which might mean that I get back into doing this. I just find that I get really into doing the videos and then nothing really happens. So obviously I get bored and then stop. Yeah, I do sort of need that kind of reward, but to keep going. Anyway, I'm going to shush now and end this video. Hope you enjoyed it and take care and bye bye.